Welcome back to the Southeast Sounds podcast, the final episode for 2021. What a year it has been. This time with my man Cking, the absolute fucking homie. If you don't know, this guy has taught me pretty much everything I know about video, and it was a lot of the inspiration for this channel actually. And I wouldn't have been able to achieve what I did this year if it wasn't for this man letting me lend all of his fucking gear and showing me how to use editing programs and giving me all the pro tips and all that good stuff. So I thank you for that, sir.
It's alright, bro. I just want to see you succeed, man.
Mad respect to this person. But Cking, today we're here to talk about your new single, No Snakes, featuring Dills. But before we get to that, I want you to give a brief background on the company Black Ace Production.
Yep.
If you don't know, that's where I cut my teeth doing music videos, watching this guy do his thing.
Sure, bro. So, also, thank you very much. So Black Ace Media, Black Ace Media is what we are now. Previously, we were Black Ace Studios, and we were linked with Mixed by Brandon. How that started was back in, say, 2016, 2017. I would have been 2017. As artists, we'd kind of just stopped making music for ourselves so much and wanted to focus on production for other people. Knowing full well that we've gone through everything and had all the experience and knowledge and tips and everything to give to these other artists, and knowing that we've got the quality that they need in order to succeed, which is something that I've been pretty proud of for a while, because being an artist myself and knowing how expensive it was to go through all of that, knowing that I can offer that service to other artists at a better rate, at a better quality, that's something I'm proud of. And as an artist, that's something that you should be striving for as well. Because like, it's expensive, man. But
yeah, the return on investment on being a musician is awful unless you're in the 0.1%.
I haven't even made very much money myself as an artist. Most of the money I've made is just being from doing videos for other artists, and then that in itself was fantastic, because I was able to create a community essentially. And we were Black Ace Studio back then, so back then Brandon and I, we would work hand in hand, and he would have artists come through every week and do songs, and he would do that professionally, and it would sound fucking great. And then some of them would come through and want a video as well, so I would come through and shoot a video for them and take photos, and we would go somewhere, or we would set something up later in the month or whatever it might be. We would do videos back to back with Brandon, pretty much putting out music for these artists and producing. So that to me, I was very proud of that moment. And we did that for a number of years, from 2017 all the way to earlier this year, where Brandon decided to split and he went his own way. And then now we've taken over, and now we're doing things on a whole other level in terms of photography, because we're weekly, we run a gig for artists with K-May and Thirst at the venue
Ivory
Tusk, just below the Woolly Mammoth. It's free entry as well, and artists get paid if you got an ABN. It's a business type deal. So
every Thursday, baby. If you're an up and coming rapper, maybe we can sort something out.
Fucking oath. Yeah. So we do that every week, and I provide artists those quality images that they need, and that's something that I've been, again, proud of to do, because again, it's something that artists need, and it's having the accessibility to it, also not being expensive as well, is something that, you know, promotion
is almost more, well, it is more important than the music in terms of becoming successful.
It is, man. Yeah. If you're an artist and you don't have anything to promote yourself, like an image, then it's almost virtually impossible to get yourself out there, because people will look at things before they want to listen to it. I would always tell people to release music videos the same day they release their song, because it would get more traction that way. That way you're not having to listen to things twice. But people do things differently, but I'm always happy to give some feedback.
Free advice.
Yeah, of course.
It's a valuable thing.
Of course.
But where are you from, and who inspired you to become a rapper?
I'm from New Zealand originally, from Palmerston North. I was a pretty naughty kid back then. When I was 12, I got expelled from school in New Zealand, and that's pretty much how I ended up in Australia. And then I lived in a place called Colac. Shout out to my Colac fam. And then we would move from there to Brisbane in 2010, and that's how I met this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And who inspired me would be, as an artist, Linkin Park was my heaviest influence in terms of like what I would listen to. And then Eminem and Tupac and pretty much all those 90s artists that you would expect a little angsty kid to listen to.
Yeah.
And other than that, I was a pretty moody kid. I had a lot of issues growing up and shit like that. But so that's essentially what inspired me. Not more so any artists. When people ask me who inspires you, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, I was inspired by how I felt. And that to me is how the most genuine music comes out, and it's authentic as well. So I just wrote about how I felt at the time and who was pissing me off, and I would write like little diss tracks and shit like that to just to make myself feel better, because I'm like, you're this, you know, and
little beefs and shit.
yeah, just
little local beefs.
You create little beefs in your mind just to get over shit. I remember, I'm in high school. I was mad at something, and someone was like, "Oh, just go write a song about it," and I was like, "I probably will."
For better or for worse, may have got you into some more trouble because of the song, but we're not going to go into that.
No, that's another story.
That's for another day.
I got suspended there too. I mean, what?
Yeah, and now I'm not talking about the Pokemon, but what does the name Cking mean, and where does it come from?
Cking is essentially a play on words. It's like attention seeking. And yes, I know how that sounds. But I was young, and for a number of years, even into my adulthood, I was pretty attention seeking. I just loved attention. I mean, who the fuck doesn't?
Yeah, literally how this guy introduced himself to me, where we were in grade 10 and we're in manual arts class, and he comes up to me just rapping at me. Hasn't even said a single word, just rapping. And everyone, including myself, just stopped and looked, and we're just like, who the fuck is this, basically?
Well, I mean, I heard that you're a guitar player, so I probably would have done that for that.
Yeah, okay, you're trying to line shit up.
Spit to the guitar guy.
Yeah. So we're going to be giving you a bit of a preview of an unreleased Cking track at the end of this podcast. So definitely stick around for that one. We're going to give you a preview of the track It's Over, featuring ATAC, which I believe is coming out next year.
Yeah, I'll put it out next year.
At some point. Yeah. So stick around for that one. But in the meantime, who produced No Snakes, and who did the mix and the master on that track?
So No Snakes was produced by Slothy, Melbourne producer. Fucking
Slothy,
absolute beast of a producer. So it originally started as a demo that I had come up with, and then I heard some of my New Zealand homies had hit me up showing me an artist named Dills, and I'd never heard of him before, so I checked him out and he was pretty dope. I was like, okay, alright, we gotta do something. So the song I was working on, I sent to him, got him to do a verse, and then we sat on that demo for a little bit, made some changes, and then we sent the demo to Sloth reproduced the beat, and then we had Scotty over here lay the guitars that you hear on it. Mm-hmm. And that just made it so much more meatier, more gritty, and I needed that to it, because the vocals, they have that angst already, so the middle, the sound, so I needed the guitars to really amplify that.
Yeah, this dude came in, he was like, yo man, like, here's a beat, lay down some guitar tracks, and within about an hour I had a whole bunch of stems to give to Sloth, and the rest was history. Yeah, pretty much. And
then we went and did a few demos with Brandon as well, so he's the one that mixed and produced it.
Yeah,
mixed and mastered. Yeah.
Huge. And the weekend of the music video, we chucked on a gig in Ipswich at Banshee Bar.
Yeah. And
there's videos of sets from every artist of that night on our channel that you can check out. But we managed to fly Dills all the way in because
DJ
Biggie Tolls organised the whole thing. Shout out to those guys at Hidden Leaf Productions.
Yep. So Sean, DJ Biggie Tolls, he was putting on a gig, and he asked Ursa and I and a few of his boys to come through easy. And then I hit him up with a suggestion. What if we fly Dills over? Because, I mean, I want to do a music video, and why don't we do it all in one weekend? So flew him over. Oh, I flew him and his partner over. And then, we pretty much lined it up the whole weekend. And then, we did the gig. Scotty filmed all that for us.
It was crazy, dude. We literally, we rocked up to Ipswich, Banshee Bar, did the set, didn't end up leaving till like midnight. We got home, we put the cameras on charge, we dumped the SD cards, so we're ready to go. 6 hours later, we were back in the car, back out to Ipswich to this Airbnb property that like looked like a farm / like cottage type thing.
Outback type shit, you know?
Yeah, it was actually really cool. It was really cold that day actually, but it was a fun, hard, productive day. It was my first time like using the mirrorless camera and doing all the camera work, and like I said I'd do it for free because like he's the homie and he's done so much for me, but the pressure was on because I was like, I need to do something that you're gonna be happy with. I would, it's bad when you disappoint a customer, but it's worse when you disappoint the homies, right? Well, so I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed.
Nah, it turned out fucking great, bro. So we had a storyline we were sticking to, and we had a storyboard we were ticking off, so it was kind of hard to walk away from the scene. You're like, oh, I'm just happy with this. Nah. If there's anything, we'll just redo it.
Yeah, we gotta send it, bro.
We're here, so we might as well just do it. Get it till it's perfect. And there were a few scenes that we had to reshoot, and then we were glad we fucking did.
Cking, what is your favorite song to perform live? Which one do you enjoy the most?
Ooh. Gee. Okay, recently I've been really enjoying performing COVID live, the COVID-19 song live.
I honestly think that's probably my favorite as well from the live set. Everyone seems to get down for that one.
Yeah, it's relative. People enjoy it. I said some dad jokes at the beginning, because when it first happened, everybody was like going mad over the toilet paper and shit. So like, what? Even I ran out of toilet paper at some point.
Shit.
Luckily for me, Mum was a hoarder of toilet paper, so she was a part of the problem. Sorry, Mum.
Just hang her out to dry like that. Yeah. Savage.
But she had some for me, and I was like, sweet.
Yeah. Well, tell us about what is your favorite release of 2021. That doesn't have to be from Queensland. Just what's come out this year that you absolutely fuck with so hard. Limp Bizkit?
I didn't really enjoy their new album, to be honest.
Really? You didn't like it at all?
There were a few songs on there that wasn't so bad. Let me just check.
I mean, we had the Silk Sonic Anderson .Paak album drop yesterday.
I've been listening to that.
Yes. I'm a big fan of that one.
Joyner Lucas has been dropping some fucking heat recently, man.
Yeah.
Blessed dropped a great fucking mixtape or album.
Huge.
Russ has been on fire. Justin Bieber released a new fucking album, which is pretty good.
Yeah, nice, bro.
Man, JB's dope, dude. 360's been back at it.
Yeah, Rapper Tag, we on again.
Yep. Cryptic Wisdom, 360, I'm pretty sure, released like a 10-year anniversary. Man, the baby's killing it. DMX dropped an album this year, but unfortunately he died.
Damn.
Drake, Iconic. Shout out to Iconic. He's dope. Man, I'm just going through my most liked songs recently. There's this man. Elton John's been killing it too. Like he's been back at it. Like
true.
I don't know what it is, but I heard something where like if you get into your later stages of age, if you continue to make music, because like I'm pretty sure this is what happened with like AC/DC, because they still make music, bro. It might sound the same, but they're making music.
Still at it.
To this day. These dudes are in their like 70s, 80s. So
Rolling Stones, still doing it.
Yep. So
crazy.
There's this thing where if you continue to be creative, if you continue to make music, then your brain doesn't depreciate as much.
Can't say the same for Angus Young's ears though. That dude's deaf as fuck. Yeah, I don't think... Well, maybe they had earplugs, but they certainly didn't use them back then. But yeah.
Technology, man. Use it.
Yeah. Or protection. If you want to be in this game till you're 80 and still be able to hear music, wear ear protection, man.
Yeah, well, protection saves you a lot of ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, you could say that.
It's definitely cheaper wearing protection.
Oh, man.
On your ears and your soul.
Yeah, sure. Tell us about your dream tour. Like, if you could go on tour with literally any artist right now, who would you pick?
I would go on tour with 360.
Yeah? That's not what I expected. I thought you'd say like Eminem or something.
Nah, I'm not that high up. There's no way. I mean, if it's a dream thing, sure.
You could pick anyone, bro. It's a dream scenario.
But I feel like that's just too... Everybody would do that.
Yeah.
You know? It's the go-to. Yes, absolutely. But I like a lot of new artists these days as well. Like, Iconic's been killing it. I'd love to tour with that dude.
Yeah.
Put me on a tour with the band. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that way, because my music is not necessarily tailored just for rappers. I would like to do something with the band, like, I don't know, say like Blink or like say Silverchair or fucking Silverstein or like, man, there's so
3 Days Grace.
3 Days Grace.
Yeah.
Yo, man, how could I forget about those
Disturbed.
guys? Papa Roach.
Yeah, all that good shit.
Yeah,
all the good shit. Yeah. Well, bringing it back to local artists, who's your favourite artist from Southeast Queensland? Your favourite local artist? You don't even have to know them. Just who do you fuck with like really hard?
Nerve has been killing it.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Shout out No One Network.
Shout out Nerve.
Fucking build that shit, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool artists that I do know locally that have done work with. Epiphany's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yep, I love his sound.
Same. Super original, like, flow and voice.
He's got like this 90s boom bap.
Yeah.
I'd even go like West Coast vibe, but it's like new.
Yeah. No, I fuck with Epiphany.
It's like an updated sound, yeah. Man, I like Distortion. I love Ursa 13, that's my homie.
Shout out to Ursa.
Of course.
Get on it.
Triggs, Duran, those guys, there's my fam. Megalodon, man, there's so many different artists that I work with that I like.
Yeah, Brisbane's popping right now. There's so much happening.
Man, don't get offended if I don't mention you. There's just so many cool artists. So many cool artists. I really fuck with because I did a lot of work for Black Veil Entertainment. Those guys have got some pretty cool music.
We don't have to shout at everyone.
No. But I, in terms of like Aussie music, I really fuck with the Sydney sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys have got some big producers. Those guys have got
Cursor,
some big artists. I wouldn't go as far as to say Cursor. I'm a Kiwi, so I don't get, and I'm not gonna mock it. Okay, I'll mock it. But I don't get it. The whole Adelaide Ashe type shit.
Yeah,
it was never me, man. I was a hoary. That was
fuck.
having holes in my shoes and socks and stuff like that. That was just how it was. Hoary Corey was the name back when I was a. That was my first nickname.
I just used to think they were saying that because like you like to sleep around.
Maybe back in the day.
Yeah, for real. We settling down for real.
We gotta be adults now. You know?
Yeah, man. We're approaching 30, man. Shit. Fuck.
You stop swearing at me.
All right, next question. What music video that you've created are you most proud of, or like do you enjoy going back and watching? Because as someone who makes videos, generally even when you're proud of them, you're like, I don't want to fucking watch this anymore. I've seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I'll come back to it maybe like once a year or so. But yeah, what are you most proud of? It can be one of your videos or someone else's.
It was Save Me.
Yeah.
The biggest song I've ever done, biggest project I've ever done, and I will always be proud of everything in that moment. I'm not even friends with Erin anymore. She's still dope though. Congratulations to whatever she's doing. Yeah, that song was like the peak of my career, and it's been very hard for me to top that.
So why do you think that song was so successful?
Because of the message.
The other ones.
Because of the message. 100% because of the message. It was very relatable. Even the first couple of words of the song is like, wow, okay, here we go. He said he would turn your life around and change. He guaranteed that you believed it. The evidence is on your face. And that whole thing is like, wow, okay, what are you saying, bro? And the further you listen to it, the further it gets. And everybody has their own little triggers that they'll mention because certain words trigger them. And man, I had thousands and thousands and thousands of people message me about what they thought about the song. And I even received messages about people like using that song and project as something that they're writing about in college and stuff like that. And it was just such a massive project. People all over the world, and it eventually accumulated to a little under 500,000 plays total. I think on YouTube it's sitting at like 27,000. and Spotify are around the same. People listen to it every day and there's not been one day where it hasn't been listened to, and it's that to me is going to be a forever song, and I'm glad I did it. I'm really glad I did it. Huge, bro.
So what have you got planned for the next 12 months other than your new track that we're going to hear in a minute?
I don't know, man.
Yeah?
I don't have any plans right now. Mainly because I've been kind of just letting the rest of the year go, because it's been a big year, man.
It has. It's been crazy,
just trying to just wind down a little bit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, right now I'm still all gas, no brakes, and I will be until pretty much Christmas. So shit's crazy. But yeah, it's good to hear, man. It's been a productive year. We've got a lot done, and it's been fun, which is the most important thing. Now, the second last question. What advice would you give to younger artists who were just starting out? Don't really know where they want to take their shit. Like, what do you wish someone had told you when you were 18?
Get vocal training sooner. Learn to play an instrument. Even though people keep telling me to do it, I just never just picked it up. Play an instrument, do vocal training, because vocal training, like, sure, you can be a rapper, and I've heard rappers be like, oh, I don't want to sing, it's shit, but at the end of the day,
you're more versatile.
Yeah. You can do more. And it even increases your flow when you're rapping, like the delivery.
Yeah. And you don't have to hit people up for features.
Exactly.
Of course you can,
but you
want to be able to do it.
It becomes a skill, it becomes an asset, and people need that for their songs. Like, I guarantee you there's not one song on the radio right now that doesn't have a sung hook. And it's popping because it's fucking catchy. Sure, words can be catchy, but those words, if they have a melody to it and it's recognizable, or even not even just recognizable, but it sounds really melodramatic. Maybe? Yeah.
Well, the people who are not seeking, pun intended, your music, that just hear it somewhere, normally they probably won't be grabbed by a verse, they'll be grabbed by a melody.
That's right.
And that's what gets stuck in your head.
Yep.
So that's kind of what draws you in for most people.
Yep.
Yeah, very important.
What was the question?
Yeah, so one of the last questions for Cking. What is the meaning of life, according to you?
I haven't even figured that out, man. I'm just happy just doing what I want to do. But I suppose if you really want to get into it, happiness. Do what makes you happy. Because if you're not doing what makes you happy, what are you doing here? I mean, sure, there are a lot of people that aren't doing what they have. There's a lot of people that are doing not what they want to do, right? But that doesn't mean they can't get to where they need to be through that.
Yeah, and don't get it twisted. Like, doing what makes you happy for most people still means you have to put in a fuck ton of work and try really hard.
I still have a full-time job. And
we all do.
Yeah, and that I don't make music full-time. I don't do videography full-time or photos full-time. I have a full-time job that supports me and supports everything I need to do, and which is how I got all this gear and got the business that I have now. And so that's the other thing I wish someone would have told me, but I already had it going because I was pushed enough to do it. But
do it yourself. Do what you can yourself.
Do what you can yourself. But because things are so expensive, if you can't, you need to have an income. Yeah. Don't rely on Centrelink. Don't be that bum. You need to be motivated to get out of bed every morning to.
So true, man. I know so many people who are on Centrelink and trying to start their music career, and it's just like, yeah, you have more time. That's fine, but if you trade some of your time for some cash, you're going to be able to get so much more done, and as long as you spend it in the right place, your product is going to be so much more valuable.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I feel that.
You pay for what you get.
Yeah. Like I'm just starting my music career now, and it's like, okay, I've got a song done. Well, now you got to pay to have it mixed and mastered. No worries. Look at the money right now, rather than like trying to fork it out a month from now.
Oh, let me pay it off.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but at the same time, wouldn't you just rather just get it done?
Dude, literally, like, if you want to keep that ball rolling, you gotta have cash. Like, we're not like flexing or anything, we're just saying like cash is gonna help you get there, you know? But it's also, cash is not a substitute for effort or talent.
No.
You need to fucking practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every day. That's an everyday type shit. I mean, I remember even just being a teenager, just rapping on the way to school, just singing on the way to school, even if it sounds like shit, who cares? You're exercising your vocals, and a vocal is a muscle, which is something I wish I was told when I was younger. It's just if you go to the gym, you work out, you get stronger and bigger, right? And bigger.
And you can flex that shit on stage.
Yeah. Work out all your muscles.
Yeah. Cking, No Snakes featuring Gills. The music video is out now. Go check it out. Before we sign off, Corey, is there anything that you want to say to the audience or get out there? Because now's your time.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Now I don't have to do it. Thanks, homie.
That's alright, bro. Thanks for this, man.
And now we're going to give you an exclusive listen to the unreleased track It's Over by Cking featuring ATAC. 2021, what a year it has been. This concludes the Southeast Sounds podcast for 2021. Rest assured we'll be back next year bigger and better than ever. So keep an eye out for more free new music promotion on Southeast Sounds. Get up and buck, Brisbane.
Booker T reincarnated. Killer sucker, can you dig it when I'm aggravated? Because I never give a fuck about bullshit. Cause you a dead man walking like cancer patient. Bring it on, I'm a Hall of Famer. Keep on killing, I'ma ring the bell. Hit 'em up with the force invader. Cause I'ma kill the shit when I'm killing any competitor. I'm rocking, no stopping. I'm plotting, I'm locking these up.